going on with Jim Allen?
Nothing, just kicking it. Just working here in the studio, doing some stuff.
So how's the career coming along these days?
Oh, it's going pretty good. It's the music business. It has its highs and lows and ups and downs and all that stuff. But I'm just thankful to still be alive playing music.
So this day you got a new album with Against All Will. This
Yeah.
album was recorded in how long would you say?
It was 3 months in the band Korn studio. They were on tour, so we had a little bit of time to have fun in the studio. So it was probably over a course of 3 months. I mean, some days we didn't really come up with anything, but we started off with 15 songs, and then we whittled it down to the seven that are on the Rhyme and Reason EP.
Tour dates lined up anytime soon?
Oh no, what we've been doing is since we're kind of we're in the middle of working on other stuff and working on a new CD, so we kind of just been doing shows that are close around in California and stuff. But probably some radio festivals since we're getting some radio love. Probably some radio festivals this summer, maybe some ones here and twos there.
Would you say that the internet's been real productive for Against All Will?
Oh
With
yeah,
promotions and all that?
yeah. I think it's been great. I mean, it actually allows you to talk to people that are fans of your music and actually, kind of get the band name around to certain people that you wouldn't normally be able to reach out to.
The album you guys recorded, how long did it take to make the guitar tracks, let's say, and all the tracks in the whole album? Was it a long process?
Yeah, the guitar, I mean, I take it, you're a guitar player, right?
I am a guitar player as well, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I take tone very seriously, and I want to experiment, and I had the freedom to experiment with different guitars and different tones, and so I took a while on my stuff. It wasn't, I'm not doing anything that Steve Vai or anybody else would do, but getting the fat rhythms and the nice melody lines and all that stuff for the guitar for me, it was a labor of love. But yeah, it took probably 3 weeks just on guitars because we tried so much different stuff.
What type of amps did you use, to channel these sounds?
Since we were at Korn Studio. I mean, what I use my live rig, I use that a lot, which is the Bogners. I love Bogner. I have an Ecstasy and an Uberschall that I use all the time in my live touring rig. So I use those, but also Korn had some diesels laying around. We used some Marshalls, some Plexis, an Orange. I had quite an arsenal of amps to get inspired by. You would love it.
Like how much amps are we talking about in value? Like, I mean, the Plexis are not cheap these days, and I'm sure it's the 1980s, the rare ones.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, there were some of those $5,000 plexis in there. I think I ended up using an '80s 800 the most. That was modded by a guy that is in California named David Bray, and it was a tasty little amp.
Well, you got a nice guitar there in the background. What is that?
Yeah, there's a couple back here. I got some Les Pauls sitting there.
Now, you collect Les Pauls, let's say, or are you just having them lying down?
You know, I yeah, I'll admit to this that I am addicted to guitars. I think sometimes I need to go to rehab for this stuff, but yeah, I've got some custom made stuff like sitting here over here. This is uh this is a custom Dave Johnson 1959 do-over that he did for me. It's got Brazilian rosewood, 59 pickups. Um, it's all made out of old mahogany. Um, it just resonates and it sustains and sings like a just unplugged. It sounds really good just unplugged. But yeah, he made this for me. And normally, like this guitar, this original guitar, not this one, but this is what Jimmy Page used. You know, Clapton, everybody uses this. But this guitar would run, you know, $200,000 or $300,000 in the vintage market.
Do you think that the what they do now is as good as the vintage? You know, the real vintage. Would it really have the same feel? Would you say?
No, I mean I've got some other ones here that aren't you know vintage like this, and I think they're good. What Gibson's doing now is good, but I think in the 50s and 60s they had lower production runs because they didn't mass market these things. But you know, it's like out of 10 guitars you can pick two of those. Out of 10 new guitars you can pick, you know, two of those guitars are going to be pretty good. The rest of them, yeah.
You happen to see the Randy Rhoads Relic model that they did a little while back? What do you think of that?
You know, well, I'm a fan of Randy Rhoads, so I liked it. But when I saw, I think it was, what was it, 8 grand, 9 grand,
Yeah.
something like that.
Did you happen to try it out? See how it feels?
Actually, I haven't. I haven't seen it in the stores. I haven't really seen. I've just seen it online. But yeah, I bet it's pretty cool.
When are they gonna make the Jimmy Allen Relic on one of your classic guitars that is all beat up somewhere? I don't know which one, but
Yeah, have you seen the Explorer Gold Top that Dave Johnson just? It's on our Facebook. I just used it for the Swept Away video, and it's basically an Explorer it's totally gold top. It's really check it out, and you'll like it.
I have to check that out. So, what's in store for Against All Will in this summer?
Oh, a lot of writing, a lot of playing, a lot of figuring out what to do in this day and age and in the music industry and stuff. I mean, we want to come off, you know, this release, and you know, Swept Away's been doing good at radio. Drug I Need did really good, so we kind of want to come off the buzz here and come up with a couple other uh, head banging songs.
Some of the Puddle of Mud fans are following Against All Will.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think for the most part, I think everybody, you know, that is a fan of that band is a fan of Against All Will.
So with the internet, it's easier to get the following to follow what the characters of the bands are doing. With their careers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like to stay in touch with everyone and kind of see what's up. You know, I mean, you play around and you have, you know, friends in different states and different countries and stuff like that, and it's kind of nice to actually talk to people and stay in touch.
Well, Jimmy, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you success with Against All Will. I think the album is sounding really good, and
Rocking.
it's going to be
Thanks,
good to see.
Jason.
No problem.
All right. Well, you have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Check out the Gold Explorer. You're gonna love it.
I will check that out for sure. And Jimmy, have a good evening.
Okay, you too.
All
Talk to
right.
you soon.